Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to Drawing Down the Stars. I'm Snappy, and thank you so much for joining me for another live tarot session. So, today on June 10th, first we're going to talk a little bit just about some of the astrology. So, if you guys remember, this week we've been dealing with a lot of this Gemini energy, right? Mercury, Gemini. We had our sun that was in Gemini. We also have been dealing with this recurring energy of Saturn retrograde in Pisces, So this is that energy of kind of deep personal self-reflection, going into the depths, going into your, the dark parts of your soul and really reflecting upon things. And what we're seeing here too is kind of there's been a lot of transformation, a lot of pushing forward, and now there's kind of a hesitation and a holding back a bit as we reflect upon these more emotional sides. There's a kind of a resistance to a lot of this change, right? And we just need to be aware of this. Now is the time for patience. You got to be patient in this emotional realm and just trust in the process and continue going through the motions. Fear and hesitation is a normal feeling, right? Also, when I was doing my meditation for this particular episode and I was thinking about the energies and what was coming for us in this reading, I kept getting this overwhelming feeling of having to embrace reason, and having to just really be in that reasoned mode where we are not overly intuitive, but using our logic to make informed decisions that best put us forward, right? And being pragmatic. The image I chose for tonight's tarot is of Medea. And Medea has a knife in her hand and she's going to go and collect mushrooms. And I thought this was extraordinarily appropriate because she's wielding the knife in the sign of air, but also because with mushrooms, those of you who do collect will know that you never collect unless you're absolutely sure, right? This requires a lot of logic and reason. You do not just play with this kind of thing. Mushrooms are dangerous, but if you are reasoned and you are smart, they can also be some of the most transformative and powerful things around, so use your wisdom, use your reason, be pragmatic. Don't just throw yourself out there. So those were the messages I wanted to start with. Today we're going to have a little bit of fun. I figured I was going through a bunch of my books and just thinking about things that we could do sortes with. And there's a few fun ones I wanted to bring out today, and we can go back to some old ones. So for a new book, I brought 10 Plays by Euripides. So this has all of Euripides' classics, Medea, Hippolytus, Andromache, Ion, right? Trojan Women, Electra, you name it, the Bacchae, right? And Euripides is one of the most important of the Greek playwrights. Widely considered to be the most popular by far. And he kind of humanized a lot of the gods and really transformed Greek theater at a time and became very, very controversial, But at the same time, his plays are just so inspired and magical. So I feel like this is a really good place for us to go for some advice from the muses. So to remind everyone, the sortes is a form of bibliomancy, divination through literature. So what you do is you choose a piece of inspired literature and then you flip through the pages and you select a word at random while invoking the muses to guide your hand. So we're going to ask the muses, please guide us. Show us what we need to know to step forward in the best way possible. All right, let's see. Sing me, O muse of Ilium. Sing a new strain of weeping, a funeral dirge. Sing me, O muse of Ilium. Sing a new strain, a strain of weeping, a funeral dirge. Oh, wow. This is deep, deep, deep messaging here, calling for the muse and getting the muse directly. I love that. And this energy of the song and connecting to the song, right? And the funeral dirge. The weeping of the funeral dirge is a really important theme within Greek philosophy and within the magical context. It is the grief of the mother Demeter that causes Persephone to return. It is that weeping, that love, that searching in the night, that relentless pursuit that brings the dead back to life. The singing of this funeral dirge is beyond important, right? And Troy is Ilium, as our friend Gandhi is pointing out, right? Troy, the forever rival, Troy, the great city, right? That the Greeks managed to win, but at such an incredible cost, right? In such a pointless war that just never ended, right? We see that in the Oresteia, even at the return home, the violence continues, the cycles pursue. Deep, deep, powerful imagery, right? Of war and of death and of using the muses to overcome these things. You know, I'm reminded too of in the Oresteia, it's this energy of the goddess that ends the cycles of violence that begin with the Trojan War. And they end the cycle of violence through the goddess Athena, who teaches people to create the courts of law, right? And to calm the furies, right? How do you calm the furies? You take the hit. Athena reminds us sometimes the bigger person takes the hit and returns with love, right? And that the only way to end violence is to end violence. You can't keep getting revenge. Revenge doesn't work, right? Oof. Powerful, powerful messages from Euripides and the Muses. Okay. Wow. I love it. I love it so much. Next book I want to bring to y'all attention. We had yesterday one of my favorite authors of all time, one of the greats, Goethe, the German Shakespeare, right? And Faust, a tale of demonic summoning. A powerful, powerful play, something that everyone should read. One of the, in my opinion, one of the greatest pieces of literature I've ever read. So let's ask Goethe. Goethe, please send us a message. Muses, guide our hand and help us move forward in the best way possible. What do we need to hear? What can Goethe show us? Within this homely, simple sanctuary, I bring my heart the bittersweet of pain that lives on dewy hope of love to be. Within this homely, simple sanctuary, and bring my heart the bittersweet of pain that lives on dewy hope of love to be. Wow, this is a really beautiful imagery, and I think this is a message that we really need to think on. You know, oftentimes when we're engaged in worship, when you're in that sanctuary, you're in that temple place, we are asking for help. We are in this process of looking for inspiration, of looking for that communication, and sometimes it doesn't appear right away, you know? But there is this hope of love to be, right? There is this hope. You have to remember that the goddess works across the spectrum of time, and every action has a reaction. When you give devotion, that devotion will return to you. It may not return in the time frame that you imagine or understand, you know, but there is always this, you know, there's always this love that is reciprocated. And even though there's this bittersweet pain and there is this, you know, feeling that there's this disconnection, you know, a lot of mystics talk about this feeling of separation. You know, I often think about the writings of the great Vaishnavite sages, people who are worshiping Radha and Krishna. And when they look at that image, they see how Radha, who loves her partner, Krishna, but can never get close, is denied ever having their touch, and yet loves and lusts after them every way. It's this eros of distance, you know? And we have to remember that a lot of this relationship with the gods is this kind of, there is this distance, you know, but just because there is that distance doesn't mean it's not reciprocated. It's just, we have to be in that patience. We have to listen and learn to flow. Wow. Thanks, Goethe. That was a powerful, powerful message. Thanks, Muses. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So I want to bring out another new book. This one is really, really fun. So I love Artaud, and this is largely thanks to two amazing people that I met, Rob Street on the Lady Babylon forums, and my friend Graham, who's often on here. So a couple years ago, Rob introduced me to Artaud, telling me that they were a magician, basically engaging in this kind of draconic magic. And I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. And at the same time, I became really good friends with Graham. And Graham is probably the biggest Artaud stan in all of human history. And Graham, you know, is a dear, dear friend of mine. And they introduced this artist to me. And in the last few years, they've just become such an important factor in my life. Their understanding of theater and cruelty and the magic of transformation is beyond profound. Definitely a dragon, definitely a magus, definitely someone who left their mark on history. And this is a book that Graham sent to me as a gift. It's a collection of Artaud's poetry from the final period of his life. So we're going to ask the muses to guide our hands and to speak through the words of Artaud. What do we need to know? How do we best move forward? What is the message? And one day I found myself with beings who swallowed the nail of life as soon as I lost my matrix mama. And one day I found myself with the beings who swallowed the nail of life as soon as I lost my matrix mama. Oh, wow, this is intense magic here, you know, and if you have the ability to perceive these kind of images, when you engage with Artaud, you can sort of see what he's speaking of. He has this intense fear of the Magi's, these evil magicians who crucified Christ, and he believed he was Christ, you know. And he says he finds himself with the beings who swallowed the nail of life. This is an ongoing symbol of those bound to the earth. As soon as he lost his matrix mama, the matrix mama, that's the great mother goddess. Well, I'm taking this as a deep warning. You know, there is a, you know, you really have to pay attention to that anti-life type magic and that dark kind of occultism that's ever present. You know, it's not about shying away from the chaos and the black. It's about always balancing and keeping things together. If you lose one, you lose the other. If you embrace one, you lose the other. You know, you have to balance everything in conjunction. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thanks, Artaud. What an interesting message. Okay. Next, we're going to go here to our pal Byron. So, as we know, Byron is a dragon-inspired literature. This is a collection of his selected poetry and letters, one that I really, really love. Well-worn, well-used, but well worth it. So, let's ask Byron. What is the message from the muses? Speak to us through the words of Byron. What do we need to know to go forward in our best way? For fear, for I can choose my own reviewers. For fear, for I can choose my own reviewers. Oh, wow, that's interesting. I think the message here that I'm receiving, this for fear, for I can choose my own reviewers. You know, you do it to yourself, right? Fear is such a cyclical thing, and you throw yourself into difficult situations and you allow yourself to be scrutinized, and it's us who allow criticism to have any effect upon ourselves, you know, and it's the fear of judgment of others that gives criticism its power, right? So this is a reminder. You choose how this affects you. You choose who has the power over you, you know, who gets to review. If you don't accept it, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all, right? So this is very Dionysian power here, right? Overcome fear through laughter and through choice. Wow. Thank you, Byron. Thank you, muses. That was great. That was great. That was great. We're going to do one more sortes to end things off, going back to Poe, the person who did it, who started this whole poetry journey for me. So very deeply magical for me personally. Let's see, what is the messages, muse, for us? Speak to us through the words of Mr. Edgar Allan Poe. We then swam into a region of the sea where we found a lofty mountain, down whose sides there streamed torrents of molten metal, some of which were 12 miles wide and 60 miles long. We then swam into a region of the sea where we found a lofty mountain, down whose sides there streamed torrents of melted metal, some of which were 12 miles wide and 60 miles long. Oh, wow. This is intense imagery. You know, I think of Vulcan, Hephaestus, right? The goddess as the mountain, that the bowels of the earth, the underworld exposing the fire, right? This power of transformation and this incredible intensity, right? The magic of the earth. Really, really intense imagery. Really intense imagery. This is a specific message I'm getting a sense for those who need to hear it. There are many of us who are connected to this kind of working with the earth and working with the metals and working with the fire of the earth. And those who know. So, wow. Beautiful message, you know. Be a craftsman, connect to the earth and bring the gems to life is what I say. Okay, wow. All right. Now we're going to move into our fairy message. This has been a fun one that I've been doing lately. And I just love the energy of the fairies, nice and simple. So let's ask the muse to inspire us, right? With the sortes, anything works. Don't use your judgment, use your intuition, right? Even though today is a day of reason, you can be reasonable about magic. You know, you don't need to completely abandon your intuition. You just hold it to account. That's what reason is, holding things to account. Take your intuition, write it down. See if it actually comes true, right? Let's see. What is the message from the fairies? Life energy. Sorry about the glare, people. So this is intense, beautiful, beautiful energy. Okay, let's read it here. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. Wow, this is really perfect energy for the retrograde with Saturn and Pisces, right? This is reminding you to go through that hard process and reveal your true depths, to talk about the things that bother you, that hold you back. If you cannot face your problems and admit them, then you can't ever overcome them. You cannot overcome them, right? It's really about healing. So much of life is about learning to flow and to heal and to be in that state of refinement and adaptation, right? So 1 second here, I just got to pick something. All right, here we go. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our reading proper. And as always, we're going to read with the Thoth Tarot of Lady Frida Harris. So first, we're going to ask the goddess, the great mother, to come to us and help cleanse our cards, and the muses to inspire our hand, to take away any negativity, and to bring that divine inspiration. Thank you, muses. Thank you, great mother. Okay. We'll give this a quick shuffle, and then we're going to do our Saturn Square. So the Saturn Square is a spread that invokes that power of Saturn, that takes our life and divides it out and exposes it upon the plate so that we can look at our conflicts, look at all of the issues and how we can best move forward in a constructive and adapting and growing manner so we can evolve and learn to harmonize with life. All right. Okay, so we're going to cut the deck in 3, and the center card is always the most important card of our spread. Valor. Valor, 7 of Wands. Wow. 7 is such a powerful number, right? It's the most recurring number. It's that number of overcoming, of persistence, of change, of adaptation, right? Of persisting in that path, of seeing it in this suit of the wands and that fire, right? This is reminding us to be that chivalrous energy, right? To continue along the path, to pursue that righteousness. You know, this is about following your heart. Really powerful, powerful energy. You know, beautiful. Let's continue. So on the right, interesting, we have the sorrow. So this is a really intense energy, right? This is deep overthinking. It's overthinking about relationships, and it's overthinking about the nature even of reality, right? There's a deep, profound sorrow that can be found in this over logic and overthinking. You know, all that lives decays and dies, right? All that exists will end in sorrow on one hand. But there are two sides to this coin, and the other side of that coin is life and love. All that lives gets to experience love and joy. And joy and love and that profound beauty can only be perceived through life, right? So sorrow has to be contrasted. It has to be contrasted. You know, and it has to be something that's embracing of the moment, of the now. When we overthink things, we can see everything is momentary and everything collapses. So stop thinking. Stop pointing out the holes all the time. It's okay to just be. It's okay to just be, right? That reason can also be our greatest enemy in some ways, especially if it's about unreasonable things. You know, reason should be focused upon protection, upon the scientific pursuits, upon understanding and refinement, not upon things like, you know, someone else's emotional reactions, right? Let's see where this is going. Wow. Knight of Cups, Knight of Cups. Interesting. We have, right, we got air with the swords, we have fire with the wands, and now we have water with the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, right, this is that energy of the person who's going through this deep, profound transformation, who's ascending to the stars, riding upon Pegasus, who's drinking the cup, who's taking the cup above, right? They are doing this incredible, profound work of the Great Mother, right? That profound ascent and transformation. And it's in that outward saving energy, right? This is such a night of going out to save the world, right? To share that emotional love, right? To share that relationship, to spread the joy, to spread the waters, right? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So when I'm seeing connected here to the valor and to the sorrow, right? This is a character who has this deep emotional connection to community and to helping. And they are, on one hand, driven through this pursuit, this passionate valor, to be able to give this energy out and to spread this joy. But on the same side, there is this deep sorrow that is accompanying them because of this, the nature of a lot of this work, right? There's always people who cannot be helped. There are always things that cannot be changed. And there are always energies that come and go. And this is a reminder to be careful of that kind of thinking, you know? You cannot worry about those you cannot save. This is the great burden of someone of night, right? Any person who's gone to war or gone to be a soldier, you know, everyone sets out to do what's good, but there's so much violence that's accompanied. And there's sometimes you cause pain, or sometimes you're not able to protect, right? And in either way, it brings this incredible sorrow. And while you need to learn from these lessons and prevent them from happening into the future, that sorrow can destroy you. It can destroy the knight, right? The one who's pursuing the loftiest goals with the best of intentions can be destroyed by their own action, right? Okay, on the top row, interesting energy, the ion. New cycles, new birth, creation, coming together, right? Transformation, really powerful, powerful energy, and something we've been seeing a lot lately. You know, I hadn't seen it in the last two readings, but in the first few readings I was doing, I was seeing this energy regularly, you know, and this is always about that creation of something new, of coming together with others to give birth to something greater than the whole, right? That child, that Harpocrates energy, that group, that's an amalgamation. That's the combination of male and female of the whole community, the best of us that grows beyond us, right? Wow. Let's see where this is going. Oh, love it, love it, love it. The sun is the most powerful card in the deck, right? This, in terms of positivity, this is all about joy. This is all about love. This is all about success and fulfillment, right? Being connected to the ion, this is certainly the birth of children, the birth of new creation, the birth of new collaboration, new businesses, new homes, new creation. Wow. Such powerful, hopeful energy. New cycles and positive. This is like entering into a golden age, right? That power of Helios that causes the nature to blossom. Oof. There is some intensity here that needs to be overcome, right? It's never just easy. And we have to be careful of sort of the toxicity in our relationships and of feeding toxic people, right? Debauch. The 7 of Cups. This is about, the last couple of days we had the 6 of Cups, which is a very balanced energy. It's that reciprocal energy, right? Where the community is sustaining itself, it's helping itself, and everyone is flowing in this loving pleasure. But with debauch, this is that energy that is now coming in, and it is in creating filth, right? It is, you know, if you look at the cups, right? All of the water is stagnant and it is pouring into the mud, and it is not fulfilling. It is not clean. There's a negative energy here that has poisoned the well. So this is a reminder to look to those kind of things that are emotionally draining, that are emotionally affecting us in a poor way, that you know, some relationships need to be kind of corralled and controlled, right? Some people are draining. They just are draining. And we need to understand how to help them and how to help and protect ourselves, right? You cannot help someone if you cannot protect your own emotional stability, right? And if someone is this kind of negativity and is souring these connections, this is a huge problem. This needs to be recognized and healed. This person either needs to be helped and incorporated in a better way, if that's possible, or they need to be, you know, made into a manner where they're no longer poisoning the well, right? Something has to change here. So this is really about focusing on these connections, on these relationships. And some connections are better than others, you know, and to be careful and to recognize when people they want more than they're willing to give, you know. The knight is a savior, right? The knight is that energy who goes out to go and save the damsel. They are susceptible to this, that kind of people who come in, who need help, but then they just take and take and take and take and take and take, you know? And it's such a hard energy. Again, another one of the burdens of the night. You want to help, but there's those who cannot ever be helped enough, you know? Oof, hard energy, hard energy. Okay, let's continue. Beautiful, though. With this energy coming in, new passionate pursuits, that fiery, lustful energy of Eros that drives you forward in this desire, changing focus, being inflamed, right? And this is connecting right at the bottom to the Valor card, right? Our first card, our central energy as well. So really, we're still seeing this passionate energy that's been driving the community for this entirety, kind of over these last several videos I've done. You know, so this is still about this new passion. Continue to pursue this, whatever this is for you, because this artistic driving force, this lust, this is good energy that's causing a new transformation. All right. Now we have more wand energy. We have seen this come up too recently, but this is the 9 of Wands. 9 is that most intense energy we can get before we start to begin a new cycle, right? Before it becomes explosive. It's that goddess energy. It's really intense and profound. This is about being strong upon your path you've almost completed, right? This creation of this new passionate way, it's moving forward. You're starting to manifest, right? It's no longer new now. It's now here and to stay. You just have to be in this strength. Keep pursuing. This is the right track, the right direction. It just requires diligence. Yep, diligence and self-control. Because on one hand, right, the devil is that energy that ascends the mountain, that profound power to transform physical reality and to manifest your will, right? To take and do what you want. Powerful, powerful energy. But at the same time, the devil is the one who gives you what you want. And if you don't know how to handle this, if you cannot balance it, you will be destroyed by your own hubris. So this is why we have to be strong. You're pursuing passion, you're pursuing this path, and you are succeeding. And sometimes your success is the greatest of deters, right? It has the most potential to cause harm. Now is the time to really be in this state of balance, to be in that protective space, to pursue your ambitions and to continue along the path up the mountain, right? To be ascended, to go to the stars, right? But you got to be careful. Success can destroy you. Remain virtuous, right? Let's see where this energy is going. So I'm going to tilt the camera down so we can get a full picture here. And we're going to do the last few readings here. So starting on this side here. Okay, right? We have the sorrow, we have strength, and we have the sun. I think this is pretty clear. So the sun energy is coming in where you're manifesting your dreams. You know, family, joy, new businesses, love, a golden age. Everything that you want is on the horizons, is coming in. It's about overcoming self-doubt, sorrow, that deep. It's even more deep than simply self-doubt. This is that deep sorrow about reality, believing that you don't deserve this, believing that you're never meant to have your dreams, like this extreme sorrow about life itself, right? That life is supposed to be a struggle, you know? So this is almost like there's a lingering sense of denial here, of refusal. I don't deserve this. I can't have this. Things can't come true. Life is hard, right? And this is a reminder to be strong in the face of those negative thoughts, because if you continue in this direction, you're going to be proven wrong. You're going to be proven wrong. You know, don't let the mind deny you your happiness, your right? You do not get the sun if you haven't built this. The sun doesn't just shine on people out of nowhere. This kind of energy comes after profound work, right? Generational work even. So embrace this. Don't allow this doubt, this lingering fear, this anxiety to prevent you from embracing your dreams. Be strong and pursue your passions. All right. Going down the middle, right? Valor, the ion in the new pursuing energy of this Ace of Wands, right? This new desire coming in. Right? This is about pursuing this desire again and being virtuous to the self, being in that loving pursuit, that adoration, that fiery progress that's driving you forward. It's this desire, this love, this valorous desire to change in a positive way your surroundings and those around you that's giving birth to this new ion, this new energy that's coming on, this profound change. Not just a new cycle, but an upgraded cycle. An upgrade. You're reimagining yourself. You're giving birth to a new age, a new transformation. This is like the we've been seeing that energy of the hangman coming in where you're doing that sacrifice of refinement. The aeon is what comes after, right? After you have gone through the hard work of the hangman, you're reborn through the ion, and then you come out as the universe. Persephone, the goddess, the great mother herself, right? Universal flow in its most profound form. Wow. Okay. Intense, beautiful energy here. Be valorous. Pursue your passions in your dreams. This is bringing this change. Okay. And now we have the true struggle here, the night. Right? This is all about the night. This energy of wanting to help and heal, of really to share that loving cup, right? To bring hope to others. And this is such a profound and beautiful idea, you know, and the night can do it. They can rise the mountain. They have that ability. But there's also so much potential to fall, right? Sometimes your best intentions do not help. Sometimes they hinder. Sometimes you can get caught up in debauchery, in praise. You have to be careful. The night must remain pure, right? The night has to have that valor. And the night needs this valor to overcome something like debauch. These, especially because they're the Knight of Cups. This is going to be such difficult energy, you know, because the Knight of Cups forgives, they love, they want to connect with community and with others. Learning to recognize and to point out that energy that is poisoning the well is very, very difficult. And how do we heal this energy is very difficult. But this is a struggle that the Knight must engage in. And it's the Knight has to use their intuition and their power to heal this energy, either to remove it from the community or to incorporate it anew. It's the Knight who has to figure out which is the right path, you know. It's a difficult time coming ahead. A lot of struggle. Interesting. Now we're going to do the last two crosses. So we're going to start with this one going here. Yeah. So the key to overcoming this debauchery, overcoming this the negative poisoning of the well that's holding us back right here, this last kind of hurdle, is to maintain this passionate fire, to be in this valorous pursuit. To, you know, I get the sense that many of us know we have a strong belief, right? We have a strong sense of ideology, of sense, of righteousness. You've done the hard work to come to a personal conclusion. Hold strong to that conclusion. Be in that strength. You develop this through hard work and through intuition, you know, and you got to maintain that valor. And when other people challenge and when it gets toxic, no, you hold your ground and you say no. You hold your ground and you say no. This is how it is. This is my belief. This is who I am. And people, you know, sometimes energy has to leave. You know, some people can't be healed. Or if they're going to be healed, it's got to be tough love. You got to tell them. You either show up or get out. You know, and these are very difficult things for a Knight. Very freaking difficult. But that is the burden of the Knight. That is the burden of the Knight. All right, let's continue. The final. Wow. And this is such profound energy we've been seeing all week. And again, it's showing up just more intense. Before we had the 3 of Wands, virtue. Now we're having the 7 of Wands, right? And it's the same energy. We have to be in this, we're in this ambition pursuit of pursuing our dreams and our will, of materializing what we want, but you must be careful. Pitfalls are galore. If you can maintain that valor, if you can maintain that virtue, that true sense of self and direction, the sun is on the horizon. It's coming. It is coming. It is coming. The only thing that would prevent this is you. The only thing that would prevent this is you and falling into this addiction, into greed, into hubris, into ego, right? While the devil has the most power in order to change physical reality, he also has the most power to bind you to that same reality, to imprison you. So be very careful, right? This can be the best or the worst thing, and the sun is on the horizon. Be valorous. Be the Knight. Learn to love and forgive. Wow. Profound energy, everyone. Profound energy. Love to see it. Love to see it. Okay. So I'm just going to do one more sortes, and then we're going to call it an end for today. So that was some profound energy, right? We need to really maintain this valor in this pursuit, you know. The devil goes for the great mother. The devil becomes the mother. They're two sides of the same coin, Bacchus and adoration of Venus. But there's still a transformation in the flip. And this is that path, using one energy to get to the other. Be careful, be pragmatic, use that powerful, profound reason. All right, so last sorties of the day, I think we're going to go back to our tone. All right, muses guide my hand and send us a final message for the day. What do we need to know going forward? How do we best move in harmony? All right. I condemn you because you know why. I condemn you. And me, I don't know why. I condemn you because you know why. I condemn you. And me, I don't know why. Wow. This is really intense. I condemn you because you know why I condemn you. And me, I don't know why. I believe what they're saying is this is without reason, right? This is that profound anger and foolishness, tit for tat, put on full display that I was talking about earlier. I condemn you because I condemn you. Anger begets anger, hate begets hate. It's without reason. And me, I don't know why. Don't know why. There's no reason, no rhyme, no reason. Remember to avoid this kind of stuff. This is such foolishness. Anger begets anger, begets anger, begets anger, right? It's a self-creating cycle of just violence, and this is putting it on full display to see how ignorant it is, right? Don't fall into these traps of condemning for the sake of condemning, right? Do you even know why you're angry anymore? I often think about this in relation to politics. Do we even know why we're upset? And it's like, is it your neighbor that's really the problem? Think about these things when you get wound up, when we all fall for rage bait at different points in our life, whatever it may be. Don't try to resist this. Think about these things. Why are you getting so angry? A really profound lesson I feel that we all need to remember and to learn, especially in a free society, is that people should be free and are free to do whatever the heck they want, as long as they're not hurting others. And it's your duty to just let it go, to just let it the F go. Doesn't matter what the other person is doing. It's none of your business. None of your business. You worry about your own life. You worry about your own self. You enjoy the things that bring you joy, right? Someone else's joy doesn't matter, right? Someone else's stuff doesn't matter. If they're having fun, if they're doing their thing, it's all good. You don't need to understand even. You don't even need to understand. You just need to respect, to go in the flow, be in that state of love and be like, okay, well, are we working together? Is everyone happy? Okay, then I'm going to go do my thing. And that's what we all need to do in this world. Just be in flow, be in love, and learn to stop being so critical and condemning of others. It doesn't serve anything. You don't have to like it. Just enjoy what you enjoy. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Remember to embrace reason, trust the muses, and to do that deep reflective work during this Saturn retrograde, right? In that emotional sphere of Pisces. Connect to the self. All right, everyone. Peace and love. I'll see you all tomorrow. And I hope you all take the time to go check out Lady Babylon's live stream. They'll be going live in 15. Hope to see you all there. Take care, everyone. Peace and love.